Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube video. Currently I'm in Jeju now, holiday with my family. We got this Airbnb right opposite the sea. You can see behind me, we got this pretty sick view of the sea. Now let's head right back into the Airbnb and talk more about today's topic. Let's go. So today I will talk about GFA harmonization. When it comes to this new ruling, a lot of people talk about how it will affect the new launch pricing, others trying to justify why land bid prices are dropping, etc. But in this video, I won't be talking about all these. But instead, I will talk about how this new ruling will affect your unit when it becomes a resale property next time. Because what is more important when you buy a property today for investment is when you actually sell it, right? That's how you make money. If you don't know what this new ruling is about, I will put a link in the description box below for you to read more. So basically, previously developers had the liberty to construct free aircon ledges, free void spaces that are excluded from the GFA calculations. So what this means is that under the previous rule, the government does not impose charges on these areas, effectively treating it as a cost-free space for developers. Even though they are free for the developers, buyers like you and me still got to pay for them as part of the payable strata area for the condo units. So such free spaces make up about 5 to 7% of the total saleable area. But due to the effects of this new ruling, developers will need to charge a higher PSF for the upcoming condos. This adjustment is needed as they no longer benefit from the complementary spaces that previously helped to offset the cost. So how will this impact you when your property becomes a resale unit next time? Let's take a look at this example over here. So right beside your condo, there is this 3-bedder 1119 square feet selling at 2.68 million. So this works out to be around 2,400 PSF. Now imagine you are selling your 3-bedroom unit as well. Exactly the same layout, but because you are under the new ruling, the balcony space is omitted from the overall strata area. Even though it is exactly the same layout, the size of your unit on paper now becomes 1054 square feet. Just imagine listing at the same price of 2.68 million. Your PSF now goes up to around 2,500 PSF. So this new ruling has resulted in a higher PSF even though both are at the same quantum with the same usable space. So now imagine seeing these two listings online in the same area, side by side. Both condos are exactly the same age, just a few months apart. Both are listed at the same quantum, but one at a lower PSF with a supposed bigger size versus the other selling at a higher PSF with a smaller square footage. Which one will you choose? Just by looking at the numbers alone, on paper, most would definitely pick the former. So a lot of my clients ask me, should they totally avoid the newer launches that are affected by this new ruling? So basically, if you think about it, the intent of this rule is not new. I'm sure you have seen those old condos where there are bay windows or planter boxes which are pretty hard to utilize. Some of them come with huge PES for the ground floor units and large roof terraces, especially for the penthouse units. In the past, all these were not considered as part of GFA during construction as well. Meaning to say when developers build them, URA did not charge them. But when developers sell them, home buyers were charged for these spaces. Exactly the same thing is happening with this new GFA ruling that we are seeing now. So in 2009 and 2013 respectively, URA changed regulations to mandate that all these spaces need to be included in the GFA calculation. Because of these regulatory changes, you don't really see all these bay windows, planter boxes, PES, roof terraces anymore for the newer condos. Now if you draw a parallel to past few policy changes, it is in fact better for consumers in general as it forces developers to build a more efficient, although a slightly smaller layout. A lot of sellers these days are already avoiding layouts with excessive wasted spaces. So onto whether you should avoid the condos that are affected by this new ruling, my answer is no. I foresee that it will just be a very short-term issue 3 years later when the first batch of condos reaches the end of the SSD period and they become a resale property and you start seeing them on Property Guru online. Buyers of million-dollar condos also not stupid lah. Spending this kind of quantum, most of them I believe would have done some research and would have at least some basic understanding of real estate before pulling the trigger. Even if they don't know about this during viewings, agents would definitely explain to them this new ruling to try to sell the unit. More importantly, pick the right agent to sell a unit lah, then don't have to worry already. Anyway, that's all for today. Trying to keep this video short as I'm overseas with my family right now. You can drop me a text via this number here if you have any questions. As usual, if you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye.